news, everyone!
Oh, if you guys ever have anything you do want me to talk about, make sure you hit up the Discord, and you can drop whatever links over in the news corner channel. So yeah, let's get into this first one, guys. So Marvel had a panel at Comic-Con over the weekend, and we're just gonna go over a couple of the things that got announced. And it's not anything too crazy, but there were some pretty intense things. So Captain America Brave New World got some footage and reveals plans to rebuild the Avengers, and Giancarlo Esposito's role in the MCU, which I believe he is playing Sidewinder, who is the king of the Serpent Society. I don't know much about that. But I did hear that Captain America Brave New World is going to also bring in adamantium to the MCU, which is, I think, kind of big for people. I think that movie could be really good. We'll see. Marvel reveals its first Thunderbolts footage ahead of the 2025 premiere. So Thunderbolts is going to be one of these weird ones. It seems like it could be okay, but it also seems like Marvel's like, what if we do a Suicide Squad like thing? I've definitely heard people kind of comparing it to that. So I don't know. Isn't G-Dubs? I don't know who G-Dubs is, but I think people were pretty. I thought people were pretty excited about Sidewinder. I don't know. Maybe not. I legit. That one's kind of. That's kind of outside of my scope now. Fantastic Four is getting an updated title, retro future setting, confirmation, whatever. So it's going to be called the Fantastic Four First Steps. They showed off a little bit like of a, apparently it was just like some basic screen tests and stuff to kind of put together a little bit of a story, not like a story, but like a vibe of what the movie is going to be like. And from what I heard, it seemed pretty okay. George Washington Bridge. Perfect. Is that a joke or what's happening? GW Bridge. I don't know what you're talking, bro. Is that like a real thing? That feels like a real place. The George Washington Bridge. What are you talking about, man? Are you fucking with me? That's the character's name. His name's George Washington Bridge. It is a real bridge, but why is it's a character as well? Okay, first of all, I was like, I bet you it's a bridge in New York. Bro, it totally is. Bro, why is it also a character? That is so fucking weird. George Washington Bridge. All right. Fucking Marvel is so weird, bro. So yeah, Fantastic Four. I'm excited to see more about this. I think some of the concept and stuff I saw looked pretty interesting. This was the big one. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU, but as Doctor Doom. This is the one that got people a little bit fucking flipping out. I'm sure everybody's kind of seen it at this point. It's been a couple of days now, but yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. They haven't really said how, but he's going to be coming back as Doctor Doom. They didn't say that he's coming back in Fantastic Four. I think they said he's coming back in a future Avengers film, so he won't be teed up that quickly. I just don't get this. I'm gonna kind of stick on this one just for a minute, because this is the one that made me be like, why? This is the one that kind of made me feel like there's definitely like this one is the one that reeks the most of desperation more than anything else. Yeah, and there's been talks about him being a variant and everything, but like it's still just, to me, it seems like a bad look. Like, you don't know what else to do. You're like, remember when we had Robert Downey Jr. and like people really liked him? What if we just do that again? Like, well, but Iron Man's already did. Like, what if we just make him a whole nother character? Stop this variant thing. Yeah, the variant thing is kind of, it's getting a little overdone at the moment. It's listen, I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling anything for Deadpool, but like a lot of when they're doing cameos and stuff, it's all like a lot of that kind of shit where it's like, well, you know, this and this, you're like, got it. Like, you don't have to do all that. Like just have one actor play like a character. Like when they had John Krasinski play Mr. Fantastic, and I was like, great, that you guys have nailed it. Go ahead and let's move on forward with that. And then they were like, just kidding, he's gonna be Pedro Pascal. He was just a variant. Yeah, but that was before Marvel was really doing what they're doing, and that's when Marvel had Captain America, but Fox had Fantastic Four. So like I get that, how they have to distinguish those as two different things because they weren't owned by the same company at the time. But now Marvel is specifically owned Iron Man and Fantastic Four, and they were like, what if just Robert Downey Jr.? So then everybody's been making memes and jokes and stuff about him playing every character in the MCU. So that was a big one. And then the other thing, which was something I kind of reported on, I think last week or a week before, Joe and Anthony Russo are going to go ahead and direct the next two Avengers films, which the newest or the soonest Avengers movie is being changed from Kang Dynasty to Doomsday. Obviously, they're going to go ahead and work Doctor Doom into that one. I believe that's the movie that Downey is kind of coming in for. And then Secret Wars as well, which, listen, I'm actually pretty excited. I really liked Secret Wars. I think they are going with Jonathan Hickman's version of Secret Wars. So I'm pretty hyped. I would love to go through and watch this. I have all my comics of Secret Wars, and whenever that comes out, I'm sure it's gonna go crazy. So maybe I'll have to sell those bad boys. So Netflix's BioShock film is still in the works, but it is being reconfigured a little bit. Netflix is still tinkering away. Oh, sorry, I did not. I should actually do this. I didn't see who wrote that first one. Let me go back real quick. Sorry, that last one was by by Michael Kripe. I just want to make sure. I'm trying to make sure that I give credit to the people who are writing these articles. And this one is also by Michael Kripe. Cool, beautiful. Michael Kripe wrote this one and the last one. Netflix is still tinkering away on its BioShock movie, but it has some changes that will see it scaled back a bit. Producer Roy Lee revealed more about the project during a panel at the San Diego Comic-Con 2024. He says that following leadership changes, the video game to movie adaptation has been reconfigured. Time will tell what exactly this means, but Lee at least says it will result in more personal film. That doesn't sound good. I'm just gonna say it. Lee says some of the changes come from lower budgets. Lee says some of the changes come from lower budgets from Netflix, which saw major shakeups in the movie department when Dan Lin stepped in to replace Scott Stubber as film head earlier this year. Details about the BioShock movie's plot have been not revealed, so it's unclear what it would have looked like before the shift. Hunger Games director Francis Lawrence is still attached to direct. Yeah, probably not a good thing. I don't think that this movie has to be huge in scope, but I don't think that it's going to thrive from having a smaller budget. I think it'll only kind of falter a little more. So, The Boys is getting a Soldier Boy and Stormfront prequel called Vought Rising. I don't know shit about The Boys, but I know that it's ending soon-ish in like a season, or this season is the end. I don't really know. The Boys is getting a prequel series called Vought Rising, starring characters Soldier Boy and Stormfront. I don't know either of those. Announced during San Diego Comic-Con 2024 panel attended by IGN, Vought Rising will see Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash reprise their roles from Prime Video's smash hit series The Boys. The executive producer Paul Grelong in place of as showrunner. Again, I don't know shit about this, but I figured there'd be people who are excited about this because people love The Boys. We talked about DC real quick earlier, but let's go ahead and jump into this one. So DC Studios logo has been revealed, and it's nod to its classic DC Comics logo, which is cool. This is gonna be the logo for the movie studio. This is it right here. I mean, it's not anything crazy, but this is like the logo for the comics and everything. Listen, I think it's fine. I think it's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you get something, pretty representative of, like, everything, and people will see that and they'll understand. I think it's cool. I think it's a good little good. DC has revealed its new logo at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's an homage to Milton Glasser's DC Comics logo that ran from 77 to 2005. James Gunn posted the logo on Twitter and said, "When Peter and I formed DC Studios, we immediately knew what logo we wanted to use." Like I said, as soon as I see it, I'm like, yeah, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. No notes. Walking Dead's Daryl Dixon will get a season 3 because AMC can't stop and won't stop The Walking Dead. Today at San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that Walking Dead Daryl Dixon will be renewed for a 3rd season at AMC. This news comes just 2 months ahead of the start of season 2. The Book of Carol, which debuts on September 29th. Book of Carol follows both Norman Reedus as Daryl and Melissa McBride as Carol after the pair split up, with Daryl in France and Carol searching for him in America. As reported by Variety, the 3rd season will see the two characters reunited and struggling to find their way home together, with both actors reprising their roles. Yeah, like I said, AMC cannot stop The Walking Dead. They can't stop. They just have to keep on fucking going. Gearbox boss Randy Pitchfork teases a second Borderlands film before the first one has even come out. That seems smart. Gearbox Software is just days away from its premiere of its live-action Borderlands movie, but that isn't stopping it from planning for a sequel. This never happens where studios plan for a sequel, and you'll always get one. As long as you plan for one, you always get it. Gearbox boss Randy Pitchfork spoke about the studio's ambitions during an interview with Game Radar Plus. While its flagship looter shooter series is only just starting to dip its toes into the world of film, Pitchfork is confident that Gearbox will be able to announce a second Borderlands movie before too long. In fact, he says a reveal could come before the end of the year. We'll see, maybe sooner. I'm so glad that they decided that they should go ahead and probably tease the second one before the first one has even come out. Have you guys seen the trailer for this movie? Because it looks bad, like really bad. It does not look good. So I think it's very interesting that they think they're going to go get another film, and maybe they will. I think it's so early to tell that I can't believe that they're trying for it. They're that confident that this is going to do well. It does not look good. Adaptations and sequels, everything that I love, right? But man, this one is crazy because it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Dexter is getting a sequel series, Resurrection, revealed with Michael C. Hall returning. This is another sequel. It's actually, it is a sequel. I thought maybe it was a prequel, but it's a sequel. Showtime isn't easing up on the Dexter franchise anytime soon. The network made 2 big surprise announcements at San Diego Comic-Con on Friday, revealing a brand new Dexter series, Dexter Resurrection, which will see Michael C. Hall as the titular killer in present day. The network also revealed that Hall will be returning for the previously announced origin series, Dexter Original Sin, as the inner voice of young Dexter. There is a prequel as well. It's a sequel and a prequel. There's 2 of them. Hall, who also an executive producer on the show, surprised the Comic-Con crowd with the announcement today, joined on stage by executive producer and showrunner Clyde Phillips. The 2 appeared at the panel for Dexter Original Sin, which is currently in production. Yeah. So I never watched any of Dexter. I just know people. I think people really liked Dexter at first, and then I thought at least from a couple of people around me, had heard that it kind of went downhill a little bit, which is fine. And then they kind of resurrected it with a new season, which sounds like they're going to kind of be kind of following up with another show, which is whatever. It's not, again, not for me, whatever. But then doing a whole prequel series or whatever, I don't know. Americans like Dexter? I don't think that's true, man. I think some Americans did. But I think most people with brains don't. Well, that wouldn't be America then. So America. Let's get into this next one. Apparently, Twitch is being reported as a risk of becoming a zombie brand at Amazon as it still struggles for profitability. That doesn't sound good, huh? I don't know if you guys know this. I stream on Twitch. Isn't that crazy? Following a round of layoffs earlier this year, Twitch boss Dan Clancy admitted the streaming service has remained unprofitable. Now, as Twitch approaches 10 years in Amazon's portfolio, it's still not profitable, and insiders have concerns about its future of the brand. According to a report in Wall Street Journal, insiders worry that Twitch might become a zombie brand or an acquisition that becomes sidelined because it's underperforming in Amazon. These sources pointed to other Amazon sites like Goodreads and Woot as examples as zombie brands. Employees also reportedly worry that they might face another round of layoffs later this year following an annual review. Earlier this year, the platform laid off over 500 members of its staff, citing a need for cost cutting. Twitch has reportedly faced a few major setbacks over the past few years, with its web traffic ranking in the United States falling and its advertising sales and numbers of users both ceasing to grow. Twitch's biggest spenders, one of the strongest sources of revenue, also reportedly spend less on subscriptions and donations, with internal projections suggesting that this trend might cost Twitch closer to $250 million in revenue by the end of 2025. However, a spokesman for Amazon told the Wall Street Journal that the company still feels confident in Twitch's potential. It's been a tumultuous year, a few years for Twitch. Earlier this year, Twitch shut down operations in Korea due to expensive costs just months after its CEO resigned. The brand has also made a controversial string of decisions regarding sexual content guidelines. So yeah, I think there's always going to be some worry about what's going on with Twitch, especially with, I mean, Jesus Christ, like you gotta start to be profitable at some point, right? So I think that's just kind of the problem right now, is they're still struggling. And yeah, if they become like a zombie brand, I feel like that's probably not good. You know? probably not a good thing. Listen, if you guys if anything ever happens, you know, over here on Twitch, make sure you're hitting up that YouTube. If Twitch goes down, I'll be streaming over there. You know, same great place, guys. Same great things. So Subnautica 2 teases may be hiding in plain sight in the first underwater survival game, as one dev not so subtly hints that something fishy is afoot. Man, guys, I have not been reading out the names for any of these articles. You guys are really letting me just slip out here. Let me just read them in voiceover real quick, so that way I can just add them in later to the video later. The Boys sequel was an article by Wesley Yin-Poole. The DC logo article was by Adam Bankhurst. The Walking Dead article was by Rebecca Valentine. The Borderlands article was by Michael Kripe. Michael Crape. Gonna stick with that. The Dexter article was by Alex Stedman. The Twitch article was by Amelia Zollner. Thank you guys. Cool, great, grand, wonderful. This is an article by Catherine Lewis. Sorry, I had to make sure I saw it. It's very difficult to see. Subnautica fans may have been unknowingly uncovering screenshots from Unknown World's next installment in the underwater survival series via the first game's time capsules, as a number of mysterious, unrecognizable images make their way to the surface. We've still not seen a trailer for the next Subnautica game, which most fans are simply calling Subnautica 2, but as spotted by Eurogamer, sleuthing players have discovered what appears to be screenshots from the upcoming sequel hidden in plain sight in the original. These have been found in time capsules, with more and more players discovering them over the last couple of weeks. Time capsules are nothing new, but they can be found scattered around the seafloor after being left by fellow players and devs, complete with message and things like in-game screenshots and items. However, some of the recent findings include screenshots which include nothing like we've seen in Subnautica or its spin-off Below Zero. One of them shares a screenshot of a colorful life form with the caption, "Hey, found this on my way back to the rocket. Is this new? Never seen it before." Another shared on the Subnautica wiki shows off an unusual egg-like specimen. Caption, "I have no idea what this thing is, but it seems pretty clear and filled with something. Can I drink it?" A third posted in Subnautica's Discord server says, "I found this thing on the ground. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I think it's friendly. It has long eyes." All three of these notably include the same hashtag Peepers Rule. Even on their own, these screenshots were enough to turn heads, but just to take things up a notch further, acknowledgement from one of the devs has set hype levels into overdrive. Responding to one of these hashtag Peeper Rule screenshot shared on Steam, animator and former QA lead for Subnautica, Scott McDonald, suspiciously posted the eyes emoji. Nothing is confirmed nor denied, but it is clear that he knows something. Yeah, pretty crazy. People are pretty hyped about Subnautica. It's one of the games I would like to play on stream at some point. It's going to be one of those ones that's just a little crazy. It's one of the ones that activates my fear a lot, just because it's the open ocean, the depths, all that kind of stuff. But I think it'd be fun to do on stream at some point. But yeah, definitely pretty cool. Would be an interesting way of kind of doing some teases, by just throwing them in the original game and letting people kind of find them. That's pretty cool. Second to last here, we have a trailer for Helldiver's new premium war bond, which is called Freedom's Flame. The war bonds are just usually like the season pass type deals where you can kind of buy these war bonds, and I think you can apply your medals that you earn during missions to buying stuff in the different war bonds. But this is a little trailer, just going to show off a few things, I believe, for the new war bond. I haven't got to check this out, so yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, super cool. I love that this is going to be kind of
Shut up and take my money.
There it is. This is going to be one of the flamethrower type war bonds here. That'll be pretty cool. Did you see the Escalation Freedom update? Yeah, that one's going to be pretty awesome. Because that one's doing, like, they're adding a whole bunch of stuff. We went over that, I think, last week as well. So they're going to be adding a whole bunch of stuff during that. And then we're also getting Freedom's Flame, which is a big, flamethrower type deal, plus a whole bunch of new stuff. Let's do this last one real quick. This is just kind of an interesting one. This one was brought up by Casper. I went through, Casper dropped us a couple of things. Some of them we've already talked about, but this one specifically, I did see, and I was kind of interested in. Because it's kind of weird. So Marvel Rivals is a game that is in beta. So you get a beta code and you get to check out the game and do, it's a very, you have to be in kind of thing. While it's in beta though, they're obviously kind of seeing how people are liking it and kind of doing a couple of things. And I guess they're trying to figure out what the best way to get heroes to people is. And so they did a poll to ask, which seems like a stupid thing to do. Let me go over this real quick. So Marvel Rivals players are working together to get free heroes. This is an article by J. Brody Shuri. Marvel Rivals players are rallying together to ensure that the game's offers of future characters are free. At the time of writing, Marvel Rivals in the middle of a closed beta test with thousands of players joining in to test out the upcoming multiplayer superhero title. During the test, participants have the chance to compete in special events and discover new tricks and exploits for Marvel Rival rosters of heroes and villains from various corners of the Marvel universe. Not every aspect of Marvel Rivals has been so warmly received, though, as the game's monetization methods fall risk to serious pratfalls of other free-to-play live service titles. One particular area of concern is that Marvel Rivals will lock certain characters behind a paywall, just like Overwatch 2 did before outcry led to the developers making new heroes free-to-play starting in Season 10. Okay. So, first off, I'm just going to say, listen, if you're a free-to-play game, there's going to be some kind of monetary paywall that's going to happen. It is just inevitable because the devs still have to make money somehow. You can't just make a game free. A group of Marvel Rivals players are aiming to ensure that new characters are available for free once they are added to the game by answering a certain question on a recent in-game poll. This poll is open to members of Marvel Rivals' ongoing closed beta test, with one of the questions being how participants would like to unlock new characters in the future. The answer choices for the question are all heroes obtained for free, most heroes obtained for free, and a few obtained through purchases and missions. A few heroes obtained for free, most obtained through purchases and missions, and other as an option for players to write in another possible unlocked method. Here's the thing. I don't know if, to me, Marvel Rivals is asking this. There's no way they don't think that every single person is going to say, yeah, give them to me for free. I think this is just an asinine move by the devs at this point. At least that's how it seems to me. And again, it very much kind of goes to this whole thing of how do you make money? And is it, hey, your heroes are for free, but you can get skins and stuff for money? Or is there a battle pass kind of deal, seasonal things? Like, there's going to be some way that you're going to have to pay for something, probably. And if it's just cosmetics or whatever, fine. If it's heroes, I think there's going to be probably some kind of way, but yet to be seen. A screenshot of this Marvel Rivals survey was shared on Reddit by Maneater X, who agreed with many of the comments that the free option is the most obvious answer for choosing that heroes are added to the game. Others feel that Marvel Rivals shouldn't even require players to unlock these new heroes by completing battle pass challenges or level grinding either, that NetEase could just as easily make a profit by charging players for alternate character skins or other cosmetics while making the characters themselves available from the start, which is again how I think this could easily play out, because I feel like you have to make money somehow, and if it's, hey, cosmetics, things like that, I get that. If it's heroes, unfortunately, it is what it is, but it's their game and they get to choose. Hopefully they will see this and they'll kind of understand what they got to do here. Who knows? I just think it's funny that they're asking, like anybody's gonna ever say anything different than free. But I get, you know, gotta ask. Cool. That is gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the news for today. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out, and I will see y'all on the other side.